Welcome back to Jamuary day 19. It is the 19th day of me doing something musical for the month of January, and it's going to be a weird one. It's already been pretty weird, but it's going to get weirder. So I've been kind of doing it with a theme, and the theme today is origins. That is today's theme. The reason is that I found my very first demo that I ever put out as a musician from literally years ago. It was from, I think, 2006. It could be 2005, 2006. I'm not 100% sure. Could even be 2004. But either way, these demos are hella old, hella cringy, and I thought it would be a lot of fun to dig into them and to make something way better with them. I don't know whether it's going to be possible, but we're going to try. So what I've been doing for the past little bit is importing all of the tracks into Ableton Live, and I've been separating all of them out into their individual stems, mainly because I want to remove all of the vocals from them completely because they are really cringe. And so we can start to see what we can do with the rest of it. So it's definitely going to get weird. But we're going to see what we can do. This may be a longer one as well. I've ordered myself some food that I'm going to eat in the middle of this. So there's going to be, at some point, I'm going to stop recording and come back with food all over my face. So let's see where we're at right now. Okay, so this is the first track. So that was the one that was kind of inspired by the Strokes back when I had like my little Strokes phase. So let me find the it was just like, I mean, it was everything that was in like NME magazine back in 2000 and whatever 3. So that's kind of the first one that I went with. The bass track is like, okay, the medley one, which is kind of this one. So that's that track. I don't know what we're going to do with these. These are going to be so odd. And this one, which is kind of very different. I kind of like the drum beat, but everything else is just kind of bleh. This one we have. This one is kind of Muse inspired, I guess. Yeah, I like the drums on most of these. Most of these it's just the drums that I kind of like, but we're gonna figure something out. And then the last one that I have, let's see what this one is. So yeah, that one's also kind of a musy kind of one. So they're the main sort of candidates I'm gonna have to play around with. I think the first thing we need to do is find a tempo. I think 130. Let's see what that sounds like. Yep. All right, so I just basically took everything that we just made and put all the drums on one track, all the bass on one track, and all of the other instruments on one track, just to make it a little bit easier. So now we can sort of see what we're working with and then figure it out. So let's mute everything but the drums. Okay, I think that one and these can work together. So we're going to make them work together somehow. and we're going to figure it out. So let's see. Let's take that, and then let's take this. Put them next to each other. Oh my god, and then we're going to try to get it in time somehow, which could be an absolute mess. So let's find the first beat here. Alright, so we've got the first drum loop there. Then we need to get the second drum loop. Okay, we've got two loops. That one and then this one. Okay, so we got those two. Still a long way to go, I think, but at least we have kind of a verse and a chorus, I think. So I think the verse. And then we may need to add some cymbals or something into this. We'll figure that out down the line. So the next thing is we need a bass line. So let's take something from one of the bass lines that we have. We may need to chop this up a lot, but let's figure it out. So no. Yes, yes, that one is not the bass line for either of these two drum tracks, so that definitely makes me happy. So let's put that in. Probably gonna need to chop up the melody a little bit of it just to make sure that it's different. You can hear the vocals that were like carved out of that. Okay, so I think with this bass line, I think I need to put in a audio effects. I need to put in a saturator just to give it a little extra. To make it mono. Wow, why did it go off? Oh, because it's not set to loop. There you go. All right, okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. Now it's going to be a matter of how we're going to use the other stuff, because it's a mixed bag. It is a mixed bag. Yikes. That's going to be tough. So what I might do actually is I might take the bass from one of the tracks So this PR track, but I may pitch it up so that it's not, we're not using it as bass, we're using it as a lead instrument. So that can be my way around the loophole, is that we actually take it, change it enough for it to be something different. This is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough nut to crack. Okay, I need to get my food. I'm going to eat my food. I will return and we'll get this finished. All right, we're back. We're ready. So let's get back to this bass line that is, we are changing. We're going to pitch up to make it a lead. Okay, I think we got that in time now. So now we can loop. And then we are going to put it on the others track and we're going to change the pitch of it. What does slice a new MIDI track do? I don't know what any of this shit is. Okay, cool. So it's sliced it into a... You can tell I'm totally out of practice and also I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to sampling, but it's sliced it into little mini samples for me. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put a redux on it. So I'm going to bit crush it for a start. Yeah. All right, maybe I do. Maybe I keep it as a bass line. But I think we can do something cool with a chopped up bass line. So we're gonna have two different bass lines, I guess. So let's fuck around with it. And let us, oh, I guess it's already put in a version of it. So let's do a bass line. Let's try that without the original bass line on. And let's put on the original drum, let's put on the new drum as well, just to hear it all together. So yeah, we're gonna do some funky stuff. All right, then we're gonna, you know, quantize it because I'm playing with my keyboard. All right, I kind of like that as a new little bass line. All right, maybe this can work. Maybe it's in the right key. I need another something to put in there. Let's see what we've got. shit, actually, that might work. If we can get it in the right key. Pitch, there we go. Yeah, we figured it out. Okay. I think we got it. The only other thing that I might do is I might chop this into 4. So it's going to do like a little stuttery kind of effect. I don't know what it's going to sound like. Let's see. Okay. All right. I think we can do a more interesting pattern at some point, but we're pushing time a little bit. I'm probably going to have to cut this a fair amount. So I want to add some layers to the drums. So I'm going to take this drum loop, because I'm just throwing all caution to the wind here and just saying, fuck it all. And we're going to add this drum loop underneath it and mess around with it to see what we can get it to sound like, because at the moment it's very pedestrian. So let us take this and, oops, get it in time. Okay, I kind of like that. Although, you know, I feel like I have to do something drastic. I feel like I need to double the speed of this drum loop, and this is going to sound weird. Perfect. I love it. It's way better. Way better. Okay. Let me turn everything down. I don't know whether you can even hear this bass very much. All right, so we got that. Now we need to go back to the original and we need to make that more interesting and somehow gel them together. All right. Let's cut this bass line off for now. Man, let's do that again. Let's quantize it. learn something. I just don't know how to gel these two together. Okay, I think we found it. And then we're going to loop just that first part of whatever this is. I don't know where to take this now. I really don't. Because this would be the point when I'd start to like actually pull an instrument out and maybe start to like think of some vocal melody that then I can turn into, you know, a larger theme to it. But I don't have that right now. Okay, this could be nice as more drums. I can't just add more drums just to, I can't just keep on adding more drums, but I'm going to. Now, sample offset. I know that that's a thing, but I don't know how to use it. I feel like, from what I understand, it's where it's how it basically moves the playhead on the sample. So I am going to just put in some random things and we're going to see what happens. Okay. Oh man, this is, I don't know, man, this is kind of a shit show. This is really turning into a shit show and I am struggling. I'm gonna put a pin in it. No, I'm not gonna do it. I am gonna figure it out. I'm gonna do something with this. I'm gonna figure something out. So I'm gonna turn off all the drums right now. We're gonna work on bass and melody. So what we need here is, we need this to be a build-up. Yeah, like this. And then slowly. And then, okay, that's it. We got it. We just needed to just think structurally. So what we're going to do is we're going to automate. And then what we're going to do is on this drum track, maybe I can halve this drum beat just to, let's just see. Okay, things got weird. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but maybe it could work. Let's bring the gain up. Let's turn the pitch down. Okay, this is getting weird, but I think we pushed through. I don't know what this is turning into. All right, so then what I think we need to do is on these drums, we need to really screw with these drums. So this needs to be a break. This needs to be like a, but we need to play with the, oh man, this is the toughest one yet. This is so tough. Why did I choose to do this? We are gonna go to clip. We're gonna go back to the sample offset. There you go. Is that random enough? All right, it's sounding better, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is with it that not 16th and it needs to be like 30 seconds. So is that what's going on? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a beat repeat on this. Man, if you are watching this all the way through, whoever you are, if there's one person that watches this all the way through, you're an absolute, please just comment in the chat right now, because in the comments, because you are hardcore for putting up with this, because even I want to dip out of this. So if you're watching this all the way to the end, my God, you are an absolute trooper. All right. Oh man, this is so, this is driving me insane. All that my brain is telling me right now is quit. Like, that's all my brain is telling me. That's all that my brain is telling me. Okay. Offset, we're gonna do this 4. I might do convert drums to new MIDI track. Oh, I meant to do slice to new MIDI track, so let's undo that. Let's undo that. Let's slice to new MIDI track. Okay, transient. This is gonna sound weird. And then we're gonna just program in some drums. That's what we're gonna do. Man, what is this? This is just something else. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the chance of these to like 50%. So All right, now that we've played with the structure, we're getting to something, but man. And then what I think I need to do is get rid of that, and then I think we need to go back to the original instrumentation, and then see what comes from that. Okay, this sounds like it's turning into something. Oh man. You know what? I think that it's going to be left there. Let me just play it from the start again. If you've watched this to the end, thank you so much. I have been give me 1 second before I play it. I made myself this commitment to just make music randomly again after many years, just for the fuck of it, basically. And I've been really enjoying it. Today, this is like running up to like 90 minutes now. I'm gonna edit this down a lot, but this 90 minutes is the bit of music that I didn't like, that like drove me insane. And most of the time I would just abandon a track and just be like, screw it, it doesn't really matter, it's not working, which is fine. But I really wanted to just push through the really terrible bit just to know that I can get to the other side. So knowing that I just made it to the other precipice where it's kind of turning into something, I think it will take a lot of work to turn this into something that like I like, but I'm just really glad that I pushed through. So if you've watched all of this video, thank you for pushing through with me. I promise the videos will be less stressful than this. But this has definitely been just one of those days. If you're a musician, you know, when you're just like, it's not working, like just stop. So I'm going to play it again from the start, and let's just hear it from the start with everything. I mean, that bass is definitely out of tune. I'm liking that filtered like drum break. All right. I think once I fix the bass pitch with whatever's going on with that and make it match against the synth that's now playing, and then play around with guitars and stuff, I think it can get there. It's just, it's just not going to get there tonight. It's definitely not going to get there tonight. It's sounding a little, I don't know what it would be. It's kind of a little bit square pusher again, I guess. Kind of, the drop's just kind of disappointing. It kind of builds up and then it just goes, so it definitely needs some work. Anyway, that was January, day 19. I don't even know what I'm going to title this. I'm going to spend the next hour cutting out the really crappy bits. But thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. And let's see what happens tomorrow. We are gonna make it way easier tomorrow. Thank you again. I'll see you in the next one.